If you're under 50, you still have time. What's the one thing people in their 50s regret the most? It's not missing out on crypto. It's not failing to buy real estate. It's not even marrying the wrong person. It's this: I wasted too much time. They wish they had lived for themselves sooner. They wish they hadn't waited for permission. They wish they didn't let fear make their choices. Most people live life on autopilot, working jobs they hate, living in cities they don't love, surrounded by people they barely connect with, all because they think, someday, I'll change. But someday rarely comes. At 50, many realize the harsh truth. They spend decades surviving instead of living. One man told me, at 25, I thought I had time. At 35, I thought I was building. At 45, I thought I could still pivot. But at 52, I looked back and saw nothing but compromises. If you're not yet 50, this is your chance to write a different story. You still have time to choose purpose over paycheck, health over hustle, depth over distraction. The people ahead of you in life aren't just older, they're wiser. They've lived the consequence of choices you're about to make. Learn from their regrets so you don't have to repeat them. Because the worst pain isn't failure, it's regret. Regret number 1: playing life too safe. One of the most common regrets among people in their 50s is simple, yet profound. I wish I took more risks. Not reckless ones, but meaningful ones, the kind that lead to growth, self-discovery, and joy. Many stuck with jobs that drained their soul because they were afraid to switch careers. Some stayed in unhealthy relationships because they feared being alone. Others had dreams of starting a business, traveling the world, or moving to a new city, but fear kept them still. They chose safety over possibility, and that safety over time turned into quiet disappointment. A woman once told me, I had the chance to study abroad in my 22nd, but I didn't. I was scared. Now I look back and wonder how different my life could have been. Here's the truth. Risk often feels scary in the moment, but regret lasts far longer. People rarely regret the risks they took. Even when they fail, they learn, they grow, they gain stories. But the risks they didn't take, those haunt them. You'll never be fully ready. Conditions will never be perfect. But action creates momentum. And courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. If there's something you've been wanting to do but keep postponing, ask yourself, am I waiting for safety or choosing growth? The biggest growth in life always lives just beyond your comfort zone. Regret number 2: living by others' expectations. So many people in their 50s realize they lived a life that wasn't truly theirs. They chose careers their parents approved of. They got married when society said it was time. They bought houses, had kids, climbed corporate ladders, all because that's what you're supposed to do. But inside, a quiet voice kept whispering, this isn't you. One man said, I became a lawyer because it impressed my dad. I never liked it. Every day, I wore a mask. Another woman said, I wanted to be a writer, but it didn't feel practical, so I became a manager. I made money, but I never felt alive. Living for others may earn you approval, but it will cost you your authenticity. And eventually, the mask cracks. People in their 50s often look back and wonder what their lives could have looked like if they had trusted their own voice sooner. If they had listened to intuition instead of pressure. You don't owe the world a version of yourself that keeps you small. You owe yourself truth. Living true to who you are might feel rebellious, but it's not selfish, it's necessary. Because when you live a life that feels right for you, you inspire others to do the same. And the world needs more people brave enough to be themselves. Regret number 3: neglecting health and relationships. People in their 50s begin to notice something that's been quietly building for decades: the cost of neglecting their health and relationships. One man shared, I spent 30 years working overtime to provide for my family, but now my body's falling apart, and I barely know my kids. The tragedy: he wasn't a bad father. He was just busy, too busy chasing security to be present. It's easy to think we're too busy to eat healthy, to exercise, to sleep. Easy to postpone the deep conversation with your partner, to miss your child's soccer game, to cancel a coffee with an old friend. But those little moments we skip, they become the regrets we carry. Your body isn't invincible. It's not a machine that runs forever. And your relationships? They're living things. If you don't water them, they wither. Most people don't realize this until something breaks. A heart attack, a divorce, a lonely birthday. Then they say, I wish I had taken better care of myself. I wish I had shown up more. The good news? You can start showing up today. For your body, for the people you love. Time may pass, but connection and vitality can still be rebuilt if you stop making them a someday thing and start making them a priority now. Regret number 4. Waiting too long to start. Some of the deepest regrets aren't about what people did. They're about what they never did because they waited too long. I always wanted to paint. One woman told me, I thought I'd start after the kids grew up, after retirement, after I had time. But now my hands ache, and I don't know where to begin. Another man said, I plan to write a book. For 20 years, I told myself next year. But the book never came. I kept choosing urgent over important. That's the trap. We confuse productivity with progress. We tell ourselves the dream can wait, but dreams don't wait. Creativity, energy, courage, they fade if not exercised. People in their 50s often say they wish they had started earlier, not to be rich or famous, but just to feel fulfilled, to live with fewer what ifs. You don't need to be young to begin. You just need to begin. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Whether you're 28 or 48, it's not too late to start. But if you keep postponing, regret will meet you at 50. Turning point. It's not too late. Here's the truth most people overlook. 50 is not the end. For some, it's the beginning. Colonel Sanders started KFC in his 60s. Vera Wang designed her first dress at 40. Stan Lee created Spider-Man at 39. Why do we act like life ends at 50? Many people waste time regretting instead of restarting. But those who find peace in midlife often realize one powerful thing. The past may be gone, but the future is unwritten. At 50, you may have more wisdom, more emotional intelligence, and a better sense of what matters than ever before. You've loved, you've failed, you've lost, you've learned. That's not a burden, it's your foundation. Start the business, write the song, travel to that place, reconnect with your child. It's not too late to live a life that lights you up. People in their 50s who do this don't regret their past, they honor it by building something new. Final message. You still have today. Here's what all those regrets have in common. They come from waiting for the right time, waiting for approval, waiting to feel ready. But life doesn't wait. The clock is always ticking. But you still have today. You still have a chance to live boldly, to make the call, take the leap, say what you mean, love harder, rest more. Don't wait for 50 to start valuing your time. Don't wait for regret to teach you how to live. Every moment you hesitate is a moment you'll never get back. So take the risk, start the thing, show up, be present. One day, your future self will thank you not for being perfect, but for being brave enough to begin. If you're watching this, it's not too late. It's never too late. Start now.